G'day guys, Jake Vorback here. I'm going to show you how to create custom track presets in Pro Tools 10 and 11 on a Mac. So first off, we'll start off in Pro Tools 10. So usually when we get a new track, Command-Shift-N, we get these selections that we can make. We can make it a stereo track, audio, aux, master, fader, MIDI track, or an instrument track. Usually that's what we're limited to. I'm going to create some more. So to do that, first of all, let's create what we want to create. So for this instance, I'm going to create a stereo auxiliary reverb channel. So we create a stereo auxiliary, we rename it to reverb, and then we just load up our particular reverb that we want to use. For this instance, I'll just use Deverb. So after we've done that, we simply go to File, Export, Selected Tracks as New Session. So we don't necessarily worry about any of this. We just simply click OK. Now we want to save this into a particular folder, which we will have to create while we're doing it. So for Pro Tools 10, we save that in Applications, in Avid, in Pro Tools, and then we want to create a folder in here. We need to make sure that capital letters are copied. So we want Track Presets. We want to create that. Now we have to create a subfolder for the particular channels that we want to create. So for this instance, we're creating a reverb. So I go there. Now I want to save the particular channel in here. So it's going to save it as a session. And I want to call that Deverb. Go OK, and that's saved in that folder. Now before it will work, we need to do one small thing to that particular folder, that particular file, sorry. So in Avid, in Applications, Avid, Pro Tools, Track Presets, Reverb, you can see it's a .ptx, which is a session. We want to change that to a ptxt. Sorry, we want to change that to a ptxt. And then we want to use that. So you can see it changes the logo. So now, if we go back to Pro Tools, and we do, let's say we delete that, and in our mix, we want to add a reverb. You can see it comes up, Deverb. We create that. There it is, our Deverb. So all right, I'll show you that in Pro Tools 11. So for Pro Tools 11, it's a tiny bit different. I'll just open up that session. The process is the same. It's just that the file placement is in a different spot. So again, Command-Shift-New, you can see we've got all our default tracks that we can create there. So again, I'll create a reverb, stereo auxiliary, create that, call it reverb, and we'll load up our Deverb. So you can do this with any plugin and any type of track too. So it doesn't have to be an auxiliary, it can be an audio track or whatever. The only limitation is you can only do one track because it saves it as a session. And you can only import one track at a time. So yeah, we've created that. So we go to File, Export, Selected Track as New Session. We go OK. Now, this is just in a little bit different place for Pro Tools 11. So in 10 it was here. In 11 we go down to Documents, and inside Pro Tools we create the folder here. So new folder, Track, Presets. Then a new folder, call that Reverb. Then we'll rename this to Deverb. And go OK. So now when we go back here, you can see it's a session. We want to change that. Oh, oops. Don't double click it. We want to change that extension to .ptxt. Click enter. We want to use that. Changes. So now we're back in Pro Tools 11. I'll just delete this. Command Shift New. Audio track. We've got our reverb. There we go. Thank you.